Are you tired? Tired of looking at so many things but you don't have the money to buy? Well, if you are tired and want to change the way you live, then congratulations, you just made your first step towards leaving the broken life. Hello guys, and welcome to CyberSense, where we teach you how to get the money working for you. So, without any delay, let us give you 7 why you are broke and how to change that. Number 1, you don't assess your finances. Now, to understand why you are broke, you first have to assess all your finances. You have to figure out where is all your money going. Take Sarah, for example. She is currently living in a very bad situation because she has no idea where her money goes. So, how can she assess her finances now? She'll first have to gather all her financial documents like bank statements, credit card bills, and any other relevant document. Now, she'll need to scrutinize these documents to understand her sources of income and the areas where her money is being spent. And finally, she has to identify her debts and loans to determine her overall financial liabilities. Now that she found out she had too many unnecessary subscriptions and her major money leaching causes were identified, she can get working again. Good job, Sarah. Now, what do you need to do to be like Sarah? Just do these 3 things and you'll be good to go. Set aside time. Dedicate a specific time to go through your financial paperwork. This could be an evening or a nice relaxing weekend afternoon. Create a spreadsheet. Use a spreadsheet or financial management app to categorize your income, like which ones are fixed expenses, variable expenses, and debts. Be thorough. Don't shy away from the details. Look into every transaction, and if possible, categorize them for a comprehensive view. Number 2, you don't create a budget. Now that you have completed step 1, it's time for step 2. After assessing your finances, you need to put them in a budget. We know how frustrating it is to be a worrywart about every dollar, but that's the thing. You need to allocate every dollar of your income into already assigned places. You need to clearly outline your fixed monthly expenses like rent, utilities, groceries, and variable costs, such as entertainment. After that, categorize expenses as necessities and non-essential expenses. And finally, you have to designate specific amounts of your income for each category, ensuring that every dollar has a purpose. Now, the question is, how do we do it exactly? First, use leverage budgeting tools or apps like Mint, YNAB, or Excel spreadsheets to streamline the process. Then, focus on your basic needs first. Allocate funds to rent, utilities, and groceries before allocating money for non-essential items. And be realistic about your spending limits. It's okay to cut back, but ensure that your budget is sustainable over the long term. Number 3, you don't prioritize essential expenses. Now people, it's time to identify essential expenses and non-essential expenses. Let's talk about prioritizing essential expenses. Prioritizing essential expenses ensures that your basic needs are met, providing a baseline level of stability and security during challenging times. In doing so, the first step is to identify basic necessities. They can be housing, utilities, groceries, and healthcare. These are fundamental to your well-being. The next step is to explore options to negotiate with service providers for essential expenses. Many companies are willing to find flexible solutions. And finally, you need to look for ways to optimize spending on necessities without compromising your health and safety. Don't forget to explore lower-cost alternatives for essential services without sacrificing quality, and establish a priority list for essential expenses, ensuring that critical aspects of your well-being are covered first. Number 4, you don't cut non-essential spending. Cutting non-essential spending frees up funds for essential needs and debt repayment, which creates a more sustainable financial foundation. You need to evaluate your lifestyle choices and identify areas where you can trim without compromising your well-being. You should be willing to make temporary sacrifices in leisure activities or lifestyle choices. This could involve cutting back on dining out or entertainment expenses. You need to critically review your budget and identify areas where expenses can be reduced or eliminated, especially non-essential spending. And you should clearly define limits for non-essential spending in your budget. It ensures that these expenses are aligning with your financial goals. When possible, have cash as your primary spending source so that you can take out only the required amount of money according to your budget. Using cash for discretionary spending will create a tangible limit and avoid overspending. And finally, direct the funds saved from cutting non-essential spending towards essential needs and debt repayment. Let's take Emily as an example. Emily realized that her frequent coffee shop visits were a significant non-essential expense. By brewing coffee at home, she redirected that money towards building her emergency fund. Now, Emily is more financially secure. Outta girl! Number 5. You don't explore additional income sources. Exploring additional income sources can never be a bad idea. It provides crucial support during challenging times, contributing to improving your overall financial situation. You have to think for yourselves for a moment. Is your current pay satisfying all your expenses? Either the answer is yes or a no. You still need a side hustle. You will have to sacrifice some of your time, but it will be a great decision for the long game. To find your side hustle, you first need to assess your skills and talents that can be monetized. Look for opportunities to leverage these skills for part-time employment or freelance work. Explore online platforms that connect freelancers with potential clients. Websites like Upwork, Fiverr, or LinkedIn offer a range of opportunities. You can even consider the gig economy with opportunities that align with your schedule and abilities. This could involve tasks like freelancing, tutoring, or participating in online surveys. Diversifying your income streams can increase your overall earning potential and provide a more resilient financial foundation. So, what are you waiting for? Go network and collaborate. But make sure that this additional work does not overwhelm you. Manage your time effectively to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Number 6. You don't build an emergency fund. Emergency funds are like a bodyguard to your assets. You have to understand their practicality because whenever you have an unfortunate accident like a car repair or sudden medical emergency, your budget will not take a direct hit. It will be the funds from your emergency money that will tackle the hurdle head-on, and you can keep focusing on your financial goals. So, how can we do it? Let us explain it to you in detail. Whatever happens, even in challenging times, you have to allocate a small portion of your income towards building an emergency fund. Begin with a small goal, like saving up to $100 or $200, and gradually increase the amount as your financial situation improves. It's up to you to identify an amount that can be allocated to your emergency fund without compromising essential expenses. Try to set up a system that automatically transfers your money to your emergency fund. This will ensure consistent contributions without having to make a conscious decision every time. Number 7. You don't negotiate debt repayment plans. Negotiating debt repayment plans allows you to take control of your obligations, manage debt effectively, and work toward financial recovery. If you think that you're doing good while being under debt, you are sadly mistaken. There are 2 types of debt. The first is the debt that makes money for you, like a mortgage or rent, and the other is debt that makes money off of you, like credit cards and such. The second one is also called the bad debt, and the sooner you're out of it, the sooner you will be financially stable. Explore potential debt repayment plans or negotiate lower interest rates with creditors. Many creditors are open to finding mutually beneficial solutions. This will only happen if you show your creditors that you're actively working towards managing and reducing your outstanding obligations. Remember, transparency can mostly lead to more flexible arrangements. Before reaching out, gather information about your outstanding debts, interest rates, and current financial situation. And finally, you need to follow through. Even after a repayment plan is agreed upon, you have to diligently follow through with the agreed upon terms. Consistency builds trust with creditors. Well, there you have it, folks. The 6 reasons why you're broke, and we did our best in helping you prevent it. Remember, it's always up to you to decide when you want to change your life, and whenever you do, we are here to help you. So if you found this video interesting, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.